Yang Berhormat Dato' Azza Azizan Harun, Yang di-Pertua Dewan Rakyat Malaysia, Yang Berhormat Dato' Sri Rohani Abdul Karim, Chairman of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on the SDGs, Mr. Stefan Presner, Resident Coordinator of the United Nations, Yang Berbahagia Dr. Denison Jayasuriya, Chairman of the CSO SDG Alliance, Excellencies, Dato', ladies and gentlemen. Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera, dan selamat datang. At the outset, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you to the Malaysian Sustainability Leadership Summit, jointly organized by Parliament Malaysia, the APPG, CSO SDG Alliance, and KSI Strategic Institute. I'm very delighted to be able to have the Honorable Speaker to be with us this morning to deliver the special address at today's summit. We're also delighted to work with both the APPG and the CSO SDG Alliance in organizing today's summit. Sustainability is key to the future of mankind. In the post-pandemic new normal, we will see the rise of digital economy, green economy, and blue economy. We see also greater focus on sustainable energy, sustainable jobs, and sustainable finance. The green economy, which is so vital to achieving the SDGs, requires green innovation, green technology, green infrastructure, and green jobs. The blue economy is about saving oceans and life underwater, as in SDG 14. And that situation is a big challenge to mankind. The role of business and the private sector is key to achieving the SDGs, as there is a huge financing gap that the whole world, including our region, faces in achieving the SDG. I'm fortunate to have been appointed by the UN SCAP Executive Secretary to the SCAP Sustainable Network Executive Council. And at our recent meeting, it was announced by the Executive Secretary of SCAP that no one country in the Asia Pacific can achieve the SDGs by 2030 if we are unable to close the financing gap and if the private sector is not more committed to the SDGs. The Asian Development Bank, in its report, estimates that Southeast Asia needs US 1.7 trillion in new investments to overcome poverty, address climate change, and achieve the 17 SDGs. This is a huge dilemma and challenge facing our region. Without the participation of the private sector, these goals without adequate financing remains a pipe dream. Therefore, business needs a stronger focus on the SDGs as well on ESG goals, environment and social and governance goals. Therefore, it is important to forge a tripartite partnership between government, business, and civil society to address the SDGs, and in particular, to face the challenge of climate change and climate action, which is the biggest challenge that we need to address to save the world. We believe that greater efforts needed to be put together by these three pillars of government, business, and civil society to overcome the new three Ps: pandemic, which will address SDG 3, pollution, which will focus on SDG 11 and 13, and polarization, which impacts SDG 16 and 17. To move forward, we also need to prioritize the 4 I's: inclusiveness, innovation, investment, and infrastructure. These are the key building blocks to build back better to help achieve sustainable development. We therefore need a whole of country, whole of society, and whole of business approach to achieve the SDGs. There must be greater international collaboration, government, business, and civil society partnerships in order for us to reset, rebuild, and reform to achieve the SDGs and fulfill Agenda 2030. Hence today, more than ever, we need the 4 Ps: people, planet, prosperity, and partnerships to achieve the SDGs. Before I end, I would like to call for the establishment of a joint business and civil society SDG Council to promote closer collaboration between business, civil society, and the government to achieve the SDGs. In conclusion, once again, I would like to thank Dr. Speaker, APPG, and the CSO SDG Alliance, as well as our sponsors and speakers for your support and contribution today. Thank you also to the staff of Parliament Malaysia, APPG, and KSI for your cooperation and support. Sekian, terima kasih.
Terima kasih kepada saudara pengurusi majlis. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. And a very good morning to all of you. Kepada Yang Berhormat Dato' Azhar Azizan Harun, Speaker of the House of Representatives Parlimen Malaysia, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Michael Yeo, Organising Chairman, the Malaysia Sustainability Leadership Summit, President and KSI Strategic Institute for Asia Pacific Chairman of PROHAM, Mr. Stephen Preissner, the UN Resident Coordinator for Malaysia, Singapore and Brunei Darussalam, to Yang Berbahagia Professor Dato' Dr. Denison Jayasuriya, Head of the Secretariat APPGM SDG, members of Parliament, distinguished guests, organizing committees, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and welcome to this Malaysian Sustainability Leadership Summit 2021, which is being jointly organized by the Parliament of Malaysia, the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Sustainable Development Goals, or APPGM SDG, KSI Strategic Institute for Asia Pacific, and the Malaysian CSO SDG Alliance, with the support of the UN Malaysia and the Economic Club of Kuala Lumpur, ECKL. I would like to wish everyone also a happy International Women's Day 2021 yesterday. That was celebrated yesterday with the theme, Choose to Challenge. We are delighted to be working with our partners for this one-day summit, where we can discuss and deliberate on SDG matters and concerns in addressing economic, social, and the environment, especially during a critical period of the COVID-19 pandemic. This summit is indeed very timely in strengthening the roadmap for sustainable and inclusive development necessary for people, peace, prosperity, planet, and partnership. The discussions and deliberations from this summit could clearly identify the achievements, noting the challenges and making specific recommendations for addressing these hurdles so that we can effectively reach the most vulnerable in our communities. I also believe that with the esteemed key speakers, lineup today and various focus on SDGs that will be highlighted in our summit today. It will give a strong emphasis towards the finalization of the 12 Malaysian Plan, that is 2021 to 2025, and the preparation of the Voluntary National Review, VNR report on SDGs, that will be presented by our government at the high-level political forum at the UN this coming July. The COVID-19 pandemic has made a great pressure to have a fast and speedy recovery in all spheres of our lives. Governments worldwide, including Malaysia, are rushed towards providing a very inclusive and efficient national recovery plans. It is now the time where we all should be united and work towards recovering from this unprecedented pandemic. It is no denying that SDGs provide a magnificent framework and acts as a catalyst in this recovery process. With the adoption of the 2030 Agenda and SDG in 2015 as a continuation to the Millennium Development Goals, our government has ensured a much more robust inclusion in policy and practices based on SDGs framework, and as well as greater accountability towards its achievement. Coming to the end of the first cycle of SDG implementation, Malaysia's SDG performance improved as of 2019 based on the achievement of the goals set as reported by the Economic Planning Unit, EPU, who is responsible for the SDGs roadmap in Malaysia. It is very heartwarming to see a strong commitment shown by our government in this area. This is not achievable without the support from everyone. The partnership between the government and the various key players, such as the private sectors, the NGOs, CSO, and other local stakeholders, have definitely given a strong impact towards the performance of SDGs in our country. Various initiatives that have been taken by the government in engaging with the civil societies prove that such partnership is very well appreciated, and the government seeks everyone to work hand in hand as we carry on this good work. The SDG implementation requires commitment from all quarters to continue with the People's Development Agenda. The key role played by the All-Party Parliamentary Group Malaysia on Sustainable Development Goals, that is the APPGM SDG, is very critical to assist in achieving the agenda. The group, which was established in October 2019, has been mandated to undertake the localization of SDGs at the parliamentary constituency level. We were the first APPGM to be established, and I'm very happy to inform you all that the APPGM SDG is a bipartisan move with a very active participation of the CSOs, especially the Malaysian CSO SDG Alliance, and the academic community. We have started our activities in early 2020 with 10 parliamentary constituencies and reaching out for another 20 new constituencies this year. An excellent support and fantastic recognition was given by the government through the allocation of budget for SDG programs to be undertaken by the APPGM SDG. One of the principles upheld by the APPGM SDG is in line with the SDG with specific reference to SDG 17. That is, encourages and promotes the effective public-private civil society partnerships building on the experience and resourcing strategies of the partnership is being reflected in our work. Through the APPGM SDG pilot phase of 2020, We have recognized the full potential of members of parliament as one of the local SDG champions. This is done through an excellent cooperation and commitment from the MPs themselves, who are responsible to bring up the local issues for solutions. APPGM SDG work includes mapping and identifying local issues to the SDGs, identifying potential solutions to local challenges, as well as executing small-scale projects as solutions to implement the SDGs. It adopts a multi-stakeholder and participative approach, with issues, challenges, and potential solutions being identified through the engagement with MPs, local NGOs and leaders, and government agencies at the ground level. While we may only begin the solution projects in 10 parliamentary constituencies thus far, the diverse projects that have been carried out touching on education, women's rights, migrants, refugees, housing, agriculture, waste management, and local governance have in fact brought life to the grassroots who have been desperately looking for solution to their challenges. It is with a strong emphasis that I would like to say that the goals are not achievable without the support and involvement of everyone. APPGM SDG may have been a very excellent vehicle in this process, but there is so much more to be done, which requires a more vigorous and steadfast commitment from all. I'm optimistic that with the spirit that we have today, we are moving faster than we could have imagined towards achieving the agenda. My hope is that our discussion today will focus on the plight, deprivation, and the sufferings of the people. We will have the vision and passion to make specific recommendations using the SDG framework to improve the quality of life for the people of Malaysia, especially the poor and the disadvantaged in the rural and interior areas especially. A special word of thanks to all participants and partners, and I wish you well in your discussions, as well as coming up with solutions to ensure that no one is left behind in Malaysia. Thank you very much and a great day. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very warm good morning to everyone. Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Rohani Abdul Karim, Member of Parliament for Batang Lupa and Chairman of the All-Party Parliamentary Group Malaysia on Sustainable Development Goals, Honourable Members of Parliament, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Michael Yeo, Organising Chairman of the Malaysia Sustainability Leadership Summit, President of the KSI Strategic Institute for Asia Pacific and the Chairman of PROHAM, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Dr. Dennison Jayasuriya, Head of the Secretariat for the APPGM on SDG and Co-Chair of the Malaysian CSO SDG Alliance, His Excellency Mr. Stefan Prisna, United Nations Resident Coordinator for Malaysia, Singapore and Brunei, Darussalam, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings and a very warm welcome to everyone here at the Putra World Trade Center for the Malaysia Sustainability Leadership Summit of 2021. It's my great honor and esteemed privilege to address this important summit today. Afford me the opportunity to express my gratitude to Tan Sri Michael Yeo and Dr. Dennison Jayasuriya for successfully organizing this summit. September 2015 was a landmark moment for international development as 193 member states who attended the United Nations Sustainable Development Summit in New York adopted a new global development framework termed Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The foundation of this agenda consisted of 17 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, or global goals, as they are popularly known, and 169 targets, which commit all signatory countries to tackle issues as diverse and deep-rooted as gender inequality, climate change, access to quality education, and the promotion of peaceful and inclusive societies. While the SDGs are not legally binding, they represent a common imperative and collective will for action among the global community. As such, it is essential for Parliament to play a driving role in monitoring and supporting the SDG goals in Malaysia. The 2030 Agenda acknowledges that the essential role of national parliaments through their enactment of legislation and the adoption of budgets, and their role in ensuring accountability for the effective implementation of our commitments. The targets of the agenda reflect the understanding of accountable, inclusive, and effective institutions such as Parliament as crucial players towards successful implementation. Parliaments are highlighted in the SDGs as part of a stand-alone goal that highlights the vital link between sustainable development and democratic governance. In monitoring and supporting the SDG goals on domestic and international levels, Parliament is rightfully identified and perfectly poised to carry out the role. Building on that, the institution has the privilege to align those goals with existing national policies and priorities that reconcile with opportunities for democratic engagement by citizens and civil society. Three factors immediately come to mind that best explain the crucial role of Parliament with regard to the success of SDGs. The monitoring and strengthening of legislative implementation, facilitating greater public participation, and the novelty of bipartisanship. To the first, as a shared common goal, parliamentarians shoulder an important duty to observe the executive and its processes to ensure accountability, regardless of political affiliation. The 2030 Agenda recognizes that for delivery of the best outcome to the people, accountability and oversight of SDG implementations are of utmost importance. One of the mechanisms for this includes parliamentary committee oversight. Today, in the Parliament of Malaysia, we proudly have numerous standing committees along with the newly established Secretariat that houses 9 special select committees. Through these select committees, an accountable and in-depth scrutiny of policy and legislation take place that will translate to recommendation for improvement of the implementations. This also provides for the opportunity for the government to produce draft laws before it is sent to Parliament for consideration, which would quicken the legislative process of lawmaking. Committee inquiries have proven to not only be effective, it integrates public consultation on issues relating to SDGs in particular. In turn, parliamentarians are afforded the chance to provide concrete recommendations to the government for the success of the agenda objective. On the second factor of facilitating public participation, parliamentarians must be aided to enact higher quality laws and policies that resolve actual public issues that truly matter to the general population. Effective public engagement would be for the members of Parliament to maintain active and accessible communication with the public, to regularly reflect the sentiments of the constituencies. The collaboration between Parliament and APPGM clearly achieved this. The local APPGM pilot project at the 10 participating parliamentary constituencies in 7 states, including Kedah, Selangor, Pahang, Terengganu, Johor, Sabah, and Sarawak, have evidenced greater effective engagement between individual parliamentarians and their constituents on the daily as everyday citizens seek support for issues that are then brought forth to the government. In the efforts of the SDGs that bring about much needed aid and improvement to constituencies, parliamentarians have the opportunity to observe discrepancies that may arise with enacted laws and be offered real-time feedback from the public on the effect of implementations. In a diverse society with increasing disparities, such as Malaysia, regular commentary that is honest grants a greater margin of error from enacting laws and policies that are out of touch with the times. On the novelty of bipartisanship, working with representatives of local government or communities to develop a comprehensive plan for the future must be a valuable currency in good governance that should not be overlooked. The implementation of the SDG should mean localized responses to communal issues rather than one-size-fits-all solutions born of political allegiances. In this APPGM for Sustainability agenda, we can confidently observe that wholehearted bipartisanship is the key and testament to achieving a common goal. And for that, I congratulate the APPGM. Members of Parliament understood the necessity to prioritize the welfare of the people first, through compromise, consensus, and compassion. With the welfare of the people being placed at the heart of policies and priorities, it obligates for greater cooperation to face numerous challenges and solve matters that truly matter. As Christopher Buckley once wisely expressed, necessity is the mother of bipartisanship. I'm not going to refer to the speech for a moment. I can see my secretariat cringing when I start blabbering. I believe it is, and it should be our common goal. And it should also be our duty, in fact. The duty is to find a convergent point. A convergent point for everything. Even if we travel on different routes, even opposite ones, after turns and corners, we will arrive at a convergent point. And for that, discourse is important. Empathy is important. And I believe at the current moment, at the current political landscape, empathy is lacking. Discourse is lacking. The effort to find the convergent point is lacking. Wherever we find the convergent point, that is when the point common interest is found. John Rawls, an American political philosopher, postulates that in determining solution to divergence of interest, we must transport ourselves back to day one. We must transport ourselves back to day one when our forefathers sat at the table in equal right and interest to discuss the situation. And we must imagine whether the solution that we're going to find now would be the solution they found reasonable at that time. And that is the convergent point. So let's say we take a situation now, which we are trying to solve. We need to transport back and think, what would our forefathers sitting together at that time have agreed? And would they have agreed to the solution now? If we think so, then that would be a good solution. Ladies and gentlemen, if we get this right at this watershed moment, we will have created a blueprint for other parliamentary efforts to bring the genesis of our democracy to matters at the forefront of our citizens. Setting aside political grievances, revolutionizing the legislative process to include the will of the people as the title, rather than a footnote of governance, will soon change from a soundbite into a reality. The survival of Parliament until today is testament to the evolution and adaptability of the institution to the changing needs of the time by elegantly incorporating the modern or different to meet its objective. The SDG agendas are a step in the right direction of the next chapter that will be definitive for Parliament's continued success and enduring legacy. As such, given the incredible milestone success to date, I highly commend the APPGM, KSI Strategic Institute for Asia Pacific, and the Malaysian CSO SDG Alliance for their fervent efforts in pushing the sustainability agenda forward. I'm inspired by the effort thus far, hence why I'm enthused to convey my unwavering support to this noble cause. As observed here, the partnership models work, and there is limitless value in bipartisanship towards improving the life of everyday Malaysians. With this, I bid this summit and its participating members the very best and continued success in their pursuits. I look forward to the many fruitful discussions ahead for all involved. Terima kasih and thank you very much.